Imagine a fleet of boats vanishing into the night, loaded with cocaine and cash, then turning up as burning wrecks off Miami. In 1995, a smuggler king ruled the seas, outsmarting the DEA with every run, until his crew started dying, one by one, and he disappeared with $20 million and a secret so dark, it's still buried in the waves. This is the mystery of Miami's ghost fleet. Picture Javier El Fantasma Morales, a 40-year-old smuggler with a scar across his cheek and eyes that could freeze a room. In 1995, Javier was Miami's Phantom King, a Cuban exile who'd turned the Atlantic into his playground. He'd fled Havana in '75, a kid with nothing but a knife and a grudge, landing in Florida to claw his way up. By the '90s, he ran a fleet of ghost boats, speedboats rigged to vanish from radar, hauling coke from Colombia to Key West. To the DA, he was a myth. To his men, he was a god, cold, brilliant, and untouchable. His crew was his muscle, Ana La Serena Cruz, a siren-like pilot who could outrun any cutter, Luis El Cuervo Rivera, a sharpshooter with a crow's laugh, and Diego El Silencio Vega, a silent enforcer who'd kill for a nod. They were Los Fantasmas, the ghosts, based in a rotting warehouse off Miami's docks. Javier's dream? One last run, $20 million in coke, to vanish into the Caribbean forever. He'd growl over cigars, "The sea's mine, and no one's taking it." To Miami's underworld, Javier was a shadow, tall, lean, always in black, slipping through raids like smoke. But beneath the calm, he hid a secret, a list of names, enemies he'd crossed, stashed with his fortune. On July 10, 1995, he rallied his ghosts for the big one, 500 kilos, a score to end all scores. His final words? "We sail tonight, and we're legends tomorrow." It's July 1995, and Miami's a humid hellhole on the edge of chaos. The city glitters with neon and greed. Cocaine's still king, though the wild 80s have faded. Speedboats roar across Biscayne Bay, ferrying dope and dreams, while the DA chases shadows. Beyond the coast, the Caribbean's a smuggler's paradise. Endless waves, secret routes, and islands that swallow secrets. The heat hits 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The air's thick with salt, and the docks buzz with hustlers and heatstroke. Javier's turf was the water. His ghost fleet, 5 boats, painted gray to blend with the sea, ran from Miami to the Bahamas, dodging patrols with fake transponders and blacked-out hulls. The docks off Coconut Grove were his lair, a crumbling warehouse, stinking of fish and fuel, hiding his empire. Miami in '95 was a smuggler's dream. Tech lagged, the Coast Guard stretched thin, and bribes flowed like rum. The feds had helicopters, but Javier had the night. Crime ruled the waves. Rival gangs sank boats, snitches got gutted, and bodies bobbed up like buoys. Javier thrived in this mess. His runs were clean, his losses zero, until July 10th. The sky was ink black, the sea flat as glass, perfect for a haul. His boats slipped out, engines muffled, toward a Colombian drop near Nassau. For Javier, the ocean wasn't just a highway. It was his shield, his weapon, and his grave waiting to open. This run wasn't just business. It was his ticket out, or his doom. The job kicked off like clockwork. On July 10th, Javier's 5 boats sliced through the dark, loaded with 500 kilos from a Colombian freighter off Nassau. Ana piloted the lead, weaving through reefs. Luis watched for tails, rifle ready. Diego stashed the coke, silent as death. By 2 a.m., they'd swapped it, $20 million in cash stuffed in waterproof bags. Javier grinned. "We're untouchable." 3 boats split for Miami, 2 lingered as decoys. No lights, no trace, perfect. Dawn broke the spell. A DA chopper buzzed 30 miles out. Too close. Someone had talked. Back on land, feds hit the warehouse, finding only echoes. Javier's gut twisted. He barked, shut it down, cutting comms. Then disaster. 1 boat, under Luis, ran aground near Bimini, Engine failure or sabotage? No one knew. The crew bailed, but $4 million sank with it. Javier cursed, rerouting the rest, docking at a safe house in Key Largo with $16 million left. By July 12th, the hunt was on. Coast Guard swept the Keys, informants sang, and Javier's ghosts frayed. Ana found a tracker on her boat. Someone inside had planted it. Luis swore it wasn't him, pointing at Diego's late-night absences. Diego glared back, fists clenched. Javier, pacing with a loaded Glock, smelled rot in his ranks. The conflict wasn't just the feds closing in. It was his crew cracking, a ticking bomb on a sea of cash. One slip and the ghost fleet would burn. The breaking point hit on July 13th. Javier called his ghosts to a meet off Key Largo. Middle of the night, aboard El Espectro, $16 million stacked below deck. Ana accused Luis, gun drawn. Luis laughed. Check the mute. Diego lunged, then froze as DA lights blazed the horizon. Choppers thumped, cutters roared in. Someone had sold them out. Javier snarled. Who? But answers drowned in chaos. It exploded fast. Luis fired at Ana, grazing her arm. She torched the deck with a flare, flames licking the cash. Diego bolted below, rigging explosives. He'd rather sink than snitch. Javier shot wildly at the feds. A king cornered. The DA closed, ramming El Espectro. Then Diego's bomb blew. A fireball swallowed the boat, $16 million raining ash. Ana swam free, blood trailing. Luis burned alive, screams cut short. Javier vanished in the blast. Debris hit the waves. No body found. Days later, wreckage told a tale. Diego's bones, Luis's rifle, but no Javier. Ana washed up, half dead, claiming ignorance. Feds got nothing from her. The DEA pinned it on a tip, Luis's brother, a dock rat, had flipped for cash. In '96, Ana got 15 years. The haul was gone. The fleet ghosts. The climax wasn't just a bust. It was Javier's empire torched, his secret lost in fire and sea. Did he die or slip away? The ghost fleet of Miami faded into legend. Javier El Fantasma Morales was presumed dead. No body, no proof. Some say he drowned. Others swear he's sipping mojitos in Nassau. $16 million ash be damned. Ana served her time, out in '09, now a scarred recluse in the Keys. Luis's brother vanished, found floating off Havana, throat slit. Diego's sacrifice sealed the fleet's fate. Nothing left but whispers. The $20 million? For million sank, 16 million burned, 0 for the feds. Miami moved on. The DA tightened the coast, drones, satellites, but smuggling morphed, not died. Key Largo's docks scrubbed clean, hiding the blood of '95. Javier's story grew. Tabloids called him the Ghost King, a myth for boatmen and barflies. His secret, those names he'd stashed, stayed lost, maybe with him, maybe deeper. The feds closed the file, but the sea didn't. Wreckage off Key Largo still lures divers, chasing ghosts. Crime Chronicles cracked this because it's more than a heist. It's a riddle wrapped in flames. Javier ruled Miami's waves, then vanished, leaving death and questions. Was he betrayed, or did he betray them all? The ocean knows, and it's silent. What's next? A new king, a new fleet, waiting in the dark. Can you vanish like a ghost, or will the sea bury you? Subscribe to Crime Chronicles for more tales of crime and mystery. Share your theories with #CrimeChronicles, because some secrets are still out there, drifting.